Hey, happy Friday everyone. Welcome to today's live and welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. And I go live every Monday and Friday for free tarot readings. If you're watching this on replay, please do join us. Just bring your question and receive a free reading. And on Wednesdays, I offer more in-depth pre-recorded readings. So check those out in the video library already if you haven't. How I read, just a quick reminder for everyone. So I'm an energy reader, tuning into your energy, your situation. So please do provide as much context as possible. It allows me to connect with your energy and with anyone in that situation and provide the most meaningful reading for you. So please bear that in mind when asking your questions. For those that would like a free reading today, as usual, just click the link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to a list and just wait for your name to be called. A quick heads up as well. So I will be pausing my live readings and Wednesday in-depth readings next week. As I will be away in the country for a little reset, but I will be back on lives and back to the usual schedule on Monday the 30th of June. And I'll be uploading an all signs video midweek, so check out, just look out for that as well for your weekly guidance. But let's get into it. I'm just going to post a list now. Hey Danny, good morning to you. Hey Eco7, hey NV. Let me just head over to the list. So MV, if you would like a free reading today, just click, you're not currently on the list, so just click the link in the pinned comment. If you do want a reading, if you're just here for the vibes, then hey, thank you so much for being here. And first up, we have the lovely Chanley. If you are here, my love, please go ahead and post your question. I'm not sure if you are here as yet. For anyone interested, I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck today. Some straight to the point deck, bringing you some clarity. So we have, I'm just gonna read out the list so I know who's here. We've got Chanley, I'm not sure if you're here, my dear. Anne Franklin, my love, if you are here. Hey Anne, thanks for letting me know. Please do go ahead and post your question, Anne. I don't think Chanley is here. And everyone just bear in mind, there's a little bit of a delay in the chat coming through to me. So if seems like I haven't seen your question, it's just because it hasn't come through, but just bear with me on that, okay? So Anne asks, what can the cards reveal about how aligned my upcoming increment will be with my expectations? Ooh, that is very, what's the word? I can't think of the word. What is this in relation to, Anne, this, when you say upcoming increment? Is this the money situation with work, or are we on, just tell me where I'm at with what area of your life we're looking at. I don't really understand that question. Hey Samreen. Your salary increment, okay. So how aligned your salary increment will be based on your expectations. Okay, so how will you, the best way maybe to approach this question, how will you, the energy around it and how you'll be maybe left feeling about this? Let's see what Spirit has to say. Whoa, I'm not going to take all them. Ten of Wands. Being able to put a burden down, Anne. So a sense of relief for sure. So there's some satisfaction in that. In you're asking how aligned, you know, will your increase basically match your expectation, if I'm understanding that right. The Ten of Wands is, you know, after a lot of hard work as well, and that maybe there's some sort of a sense of frustration here and urgency, like this kind of needs to happen with the amount of effort and work and journey that you've been on and up to this point. And if it doesn't match it, you know, there's this high pressure, like if it doesn't match it, then this will be a big blow at this point and will maybe would open up a whole other question of, you know, do I maybe need to move jobs or, you know, make changes because I'm not being appreciated, I'm not being respected. Like, it needs to happen. So with the Ten of Wands, it does suggest that indeed we will be able to put this burden down and close out a cycle. I'm going to pull a card to just tell us a bit more, because I'm getting a sense of relief. Maybe to feel, it's almost maybe that you feel too burnt out. Maybe even if the salary is what you desire, it's not going to be, you know, ecstatic happiness. It's just going to be that you will be relieved. That's kind of, if that makes sense. Anything else, Spirit, on this? You will be faced with a decision, though. Okay, so maybe it won't be, it'll be enough, but maybe not amazing, this salary increase. It will allow you to feel a sense of relief and let go of some of the frustration and some maybe of resentment. However, once we have reached this point, you still will be faced with a question about how to move forward with this company, Anne, or how to move forward, whatever's going on with regards to your career at the moment. Obviously, I don't know all the details, but the Two of Swords does, it's almost because you're reaching a significant milestone with this, it's almost like a breaking point, okay? So it's not that you have to leave. It's not that that is what the cards are saying, but it will rise up in you, this question about that you're at a crossroads, because you've reached this milestone, and it might bring up some feelings that are unexpected. Yes, I feel like that you'll get enough of what you want and will be able to release a burden. But maybe after everything that you've been through, you still might question, is this the right place for me? Now, it might be, and you might want to continue that to put your energy in this company, in this work. That might be the right thing. It's your intuition that will tell you. Looking for outside validation or outside other people's opinions, actually, more than validation, is not where you're going to find the answers. The answers is by returning within to check in with yourself, listen to that quiet, intuitive voice that is always trying to speak to us, to see what your gut is telling you, Anne, about if it's right to stay, if it's right to go. So, in essence, in a nutshell, I feel like, yes, you will get what you want or enough of what you want, but after, it'll also give you a chance to pause and reflect, because sometimes getting what we want then brings up new questions and is able, once you can stop fighting on this issue, you know, it might raise new questions. So I'm glad that resonated, Anne. Keep us posted, yeah? And see what that Two of Swords brings up for you. Love and light, Anne. So next up we have Judite, my love, if you are here. Hey Daisy D, thank you for being here. If you would like a free reading, Daisy, please just check the link in the pinned comment. You'll be added to a list. You're very welcome, Anne. So we've got Judite and yeah, keep us posted. So we've got Judite and then we have Danny. Oh, hey Judite, my love. Thanks for letting me know you're here. Please go ahead and post your question. So yeah, anyone new here, thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to have you. How it works is if you want to receive a free reading today, just click the link in the pinned comment and you'll be added to a list. I'll post the list incrementally. Daisy, what is your name on the form? Just so that I can recognise you, because I'm not seeing Daisy D. But if you, I know sometimes people have a different username to their screen name. Thank you, Judite. So Judite asks, the energy in case I have a new job proposal, if I should move on from where I'm at the moment. Okay. Okay, I've got you. Nisha, I think that is Daisy, so thank you. So Judite asks, if you were to receive a new job proposal, what is the energy around that? Should you move on from where I am at the moment? Let's see what Spirit says. We've got career on the mind for everyone at the minute. Career energy is coming through. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Do you feel like where you're at now, Judite, that you're, let me know if this resonates, see why this is coming through, because Seven of Wands is about having to defend yourself, having to fight quite hard to hold space and to maybe for your voice to be heard. You can see this person is kind of under attack in some ways, is almost being backed into a corner. Let me know if that resonates with where you're at now, because we do have Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, a new proposition, which is interesting. Both Wands, which talks about a new start, a new potential. Wands is ruled by fire, so it's all about following what inspires us and following our heart's desires. So Judith say, yes, from a colleague, she thinks she's my boss. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about this Seven. Because I feel like this is sort of confirming that, yes, opportunities will come up. You will get, you know, obviously if you're out there and if you're applying, if you're putting that energy out, there is potential and there is a new opportunities out there which can align with your heart's desires, can align with your passions. It's quite interesting that, you know, as well, if you're always, it's, you know, when you're not desperate to leave a job, that's always the best time, I think, to start looking if you've got the energy, if you can, because it's a really good place to actually be coming from, to apply for jobs, to even do interviews. It doesn't mean we have to take them, yeah. but it can, we're in a position where, you know, this job, it's got its troubles and things like that, but you're in a good position and would choose a job that would only be, you know, certainly a better option. So if that makes sense. One more card about this Seven of Wands. I do see you having to fight where you are now, Judite, definitely. But what I would say is, so obviously continue to fight, hold that space, defend yourself whilst you're there. Seven of Cups, 2 sevens, interestingly. Seven of Cups is about making choices and understanding that you do have options, but also not deluding yourself that there's a perfect job out there, if that makes sense, in that the job that has no issues, no problems. So let's not jump out of the frying pan and into the fire. So by all means, look for options, but choose something, be wise in your decisions, okay? If something is being sold to you, a new job that sounds too good to be true, then it probably is, yeah? Choose something that aligns with your passions, with your heart's desires, but also make wise choices. And you might find once you look out there with what other options are there for you, that it's not as appealing as maybe the idea is, if that makes sense, okay? And you decide to stay where you are. But you will have, you know, you have got a fight on your hands at the moment, but don't let this person, this one person, kind of dictate your whole path, I think is the message here. And be wise when moving forward. The grass is not always greener. Makes complete sense. I have to fight, yeah. So fight for yourself. Hopefully will come a new opportunity more in line with my way of being and thinking, yeah, like if the job in itself is not right for you as well, then by all means, this is a good time before we get really desperate to leave, to look for options before it gets, because then once it's really, you know, difficult and very stressful at work, it's hard not just to go for anything. So I hope that resonated, Judite. Keep us posted. Hey Kelsey, hey Anne, hey Divyansha. I haven't seen you for a while, Divyansha. Danny, my love, you are next. Thank you for your patience. I'll do a list update so we all know where we're at. I'm glad that resonated, Judite, for you. Keep us posted as always with how that all goes. Good luck with the job hunt. Yeah, see what's out there. So Danny asks, I have an Aquarius friend named Stuart from the UK. Whenever I talk to him, he often tries to convince me to walk away from Lance. Is Stuart envious of my connection with Lance? He comes off possibly jealous that Lance follows through with his promises and instead tries to bring up negative things about Lance instead of focusing on what Lance followed through. Let's see where this is coming where this is coming from for Stuart. Spirit, what's the energy behind Stuart's actions, please? Oh, we've got this 10 of Wands again. So the first thing that came through with this, Danny, so let me know if this resonates for you. Have you been through quite a journey with relationships, like difficulties and upheaval? Because that's what this Ten of Wands talks about, which is an energy that's coming from someone, either from Stuart or from you, but it's someone who's really been through a lot, okay? Because each one represents some kind of a challenge and overcoming that challenge and being quite burnt out, being quite drained in many respects, and kind of at that point where it's like you're just really done with these challenges, in a way, these battles, these fights, and we are ready to put down this burden. And what could possibly come through here, the message is, I don't know how close you and Stuart are, how much they know about, and if this is true, that you've been through relationship struggles and that you've finally kind of reached this point where things have better with Lance, things have got easier, you're able to put down these struggles. And Stuart has some kind of genuine concern and worry about, doesn't want you to have to go through any more struggle. That's the message I'm getting. Because we've got this Two of Cups, which is about soulmates, it's about love, it's about romance, and I feel like that they want this for you. They want you to have real love, have a real connection, be treated right. So in essence, it feels like it's actually coming from, okay, you think that's Stuart's energy because he's gone through struggling relationships that eventually broke up. I've mostly remained single to avoid drama. I've known him since 2011. So I suppose the message is that's his energy, and so that's his fears maybe about relationships and about struggles, and it's his own maybe baggage is the wrong word, but you know, if you've had loads of negative experiences in relationships, it can very much like taint and obviously inform our ideas about relationships, and maybe even sometimes think the worst. So it still feels like it's coming from a protective place rather than like that they're trying to negatively influence this connection, Danny, or don't have your best wishes. They're just not really approaching it in the best way, and they're letting their struggles, their battles, and maybe negative outlook of relationships after what they've been through affect yours and bleed into yours. So it's from a place of fear, letting their fear really, and anxiety, I would say, Danny, as well, bleed into your life. You know, you're a different person, you've had a different experience, a different history. However, I do think that they want you to be happy. They want you to have genuine, real love connection. How to deal with this, Spirit, then? You can reassure them. I think maybe approach this in a compassionate way, Danny, and just reassure Stuart and say, look, it's good, we're happy, it's okay, I can handle this, like, you don't have to protect me. But it's definitely coming from, yeah, their own fears. Like, I don't feel like it's ill will towards you, Danny. So I hope that reassures you in some way. King of Cups, matters of the heart. It's their own heartache. It's their own pain, their own feelings. The King of Cups is like their lesson. The King of Cups is what they are master at is being able to feel all the feelings and process them and not be overwhelmed with them. And so this is like unresolved hurt and pain of Stuart's bleeding into your situation. So I hope that clarifies things and is reassuring in the sense that there doesn't seem to be ill will. They just need to learn how to, and do some healing of their own, and learn how to not let their feelings, you know, you're in a different situation, you're a different person. So I hope that makes sense, Danny. Tell them you've got this. You're okay. Next up, we have the lovely Anne. You're welcome, Danny. Hey, Chandy, my love. No problems. Yes, I'll read for you at the end. Hopefully you can hang on till then. Anne asks, how might my search for a life partner unfold during the month of July? Interesting question, Anne. Let's see. Well, we have a King of Wands come through, which would suggest a suitor, Anne, for you. King of Wands is someone who is very dynamic, ruled by the element of fire. Someone may already be in your energetic field if these characteristics, if you recognize them. If you don't, then it can be someone new coming through. So if you are out and about and in a way sort of putting yourselves in position to meet suitors, to cross paths with people, then I see this King of Wands coming through. King of Wands really knows what they want, which can be really refreshing to come across. Okay, and with it being a king as well, this talks about a more mature energy. Okay, so that in turn is also good as well if you're ready for a real, you know, committed, kind of mature relationship, like you say, looking for a life partner. So when we're looking for that kind of connection, it's always good to see a king come through. So Spirit has been straight to the point that I think in the energy of July that there is a connection to be made here with this King of Wands. Anything else, Spirit? Oof. And then here you are. How wonderful. As the Queen. This is your Queen of Pentacles energy, Anne. So bring this Queen of Pentacles energy to match your King. Look at these cards. That's great to see. I mean, this is really great energy here. To see a king and a queen is always a green flag for me when we're looking at love, yeah? Queen of Pentacles is savvy, is confident, is great when it comes to dealing with the real world, is successful. She's patient and she knows her worth. So embody those qualities, Anne, when dealing with this person, when moving through space and time during July. Being your Queen of Pentacles energy. So stick to the program. Don't do anything rash. Take your time. Be sensible. Keep your head screwed on. And know your worth. Yeah? But this is really positive to see both of those cards. So hold on to that image and hold on to that energy. and keep us posted about this King of Wands. Like I say, you might recognize these qualities. If not, then that, you know, that can be a deepening of a connection if they're already in your energy field, or it could be someone completely new if not. I'm just going to close the list. Bear with me. And then I'll do a final list update so everyone knows where we're at. You're so welcome, Anne. Exciting to see that. Okay. Hey, Divine Timing. Good morning, good morning. Okay, this is for Samreen. So Samreen asks, last week I was on holiday and this week my ex has been away on holiday. Starting Monday, we'll be seeing each other again at work. What kind of energy will it be? And next week is his birthday as well. Am I right? Is he a Cancer, Samreen? Okay. So let's see the energy of, yeah, after the confrontation. So what will be the energy between you? Ooh. A shift, Samreen. A shift in energy, which is interesting. Because I know we've seen a lot of similar cards between you and him, and almost quite repetitive energy in many ways. But this talks about a shift. So maybe the effects, you know, sometimes it takes a while for things that we do to really, for the effects to be shown, if that makes sense, because you can speak your truth and I know that maybe not have an immediate impact or an immediate impression, and it can make you feel that, you know, that didn't make any difference, that didn't make any impact on this person. But actually I feel like what you have done is you have shifted the energy in confronting them and by speaking your truth, because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana, and it talks about big shifts. This is you and them on this wheel, and you know, after a period of what has been felt very much like an uphill battle maybe for you, trying to make change happen, you know, with your manifestation practice, taking that leap of faith to speak your truth, all of these things, yeah, holding this space, holding this energy, waiting for change, hoping for change, and putting in a lot of effort. And finally, it comes through. And really, whenever we see the Wheel of Fortune, it's much like a stroke of luck. Things feel like that they get easier. So this could manifest in the way of communication, between you and them coming through finally, and it being easier communication, being the energy, there's just like this sense of flow after what has felt maybe very challenging and very blocked. My family is pushing me to move to, is that New Zealand, Samreen? So unsure it's him moving or me moving. Take what resonates with this, Samreen, with your, obviously your personal situation. That can be a big shift. And maybe if that move did come, it looks to be a positive thing if you felt propelled to make those changes. But either way, this, whatever this denotes, however this manifests, this change, it will be an improvement. Okay, it will be better. Whenever we see the Wheel of Fortune, it always like lifts my heart. It talks about, it's such a good positive shift. It's not a tower moment, it's not scary change, it's just happier change when luck feels like it's back on your side, feels like spirit is kind of with you again. So ride that wave when it comes, enjoy it, it will be positive. So I hope that resonated. Next up we have Eco 7, my love. If you were here, please do post your question. Oh, divine timing, you just got on the list there. Well done. I was hoping that you'd make it. I thought I'd actually close the list, but you're there, so that's awesome. Thank you, Eco 7. Eco 7 asks, may I receive a guided message from Spirit, please, in order to efficiently tune into manifestation? Nice. We just love the manifestation here on this channel. Give me a shout out in the chat if you are manifesting, what you are manifesting. Let's share it in the space right now if you feel comfortable. Post your manifestation, your quote. Mine at the minute is, universe, show me how easy it can be. Whatever you're manifesting, whatever you are wanting, ask the universe, show me how easy it can be to receive that. Let us know what we're manifesting in the chat. Use this space, this sacred space, to, as a collective, we can help bring this manifestation through for you as well. So, Eco 7, a message from Spirit though. How can Eco 7 Spirit efficiently tune into their manifestation? What do they need to do? What do you need to... Oh, look at this. Tap into what you enjoy, Eco 7. It's very easy with manifestation for it to sometimes become hard work and become like another pressure. You know, I've got to get this, got, you know, working on it. And sometimes the best thing that we can do is return to the small pleasures and the joy that we can access today, and it allows us to, you know, if we, the manifestation process is to, you know, we need to ask for it, then we need to let it go, and then we receive it. So we it's the letting go that often is the tricky bit, okay, and not holding too tightly onto it. So with regards to, it's like bringing the fun back into the situation for you, Eco 7. If it relates to whatever you are trying to manifest, like if it's in your work, for example, it might be just trying to enjoy the process, enjoy the work that you're doing. Or it could be about, you know, trusting the process that you've asked for what you want. It's on its way to you, so you can forget about it and you can turn your attention to stuff that is completely not related to your manifestation. Like leave it alone for a bit and instead just try to find some childlike joy and some childlike fun, and And if we can live in that energy, then that is really powerful for our manifestations too. We need to tread lightly. If we can do that, if we can tread lightly, then things tend to come through much quicker for us. So I hope that resonates, Eco 7, okay? Try to find the joy and the pleasure in the day-to-day once more. Take that pressure off yourself. It's not about working harder on your manifestation. It's more about, this is a period of, you've asked, so you will receive. We can take our foot off the gas and put our attention onto stuff that just makes us happy. So I hope that resonated. Chanley says she is manifesting more abundance and business to prosper. Wishing that comes through for you swiftly, Chanley. Thank you for posting. So next up we have Anshuman. My love, if you are here, please go ahead and post your question. You're welcome, Eco 7. So we have Anshuman, and then just be ready once with your question, Nisha, who is next after Anshuman, just so we can keep everything moving. Like I say, for anyone new here, please provide as much detail, as much context in your question as possible. As an energy reader, it helps me give you the most meaningful reading here, yeah? Thank you for letting me know. Do you prefer to be called Daisy or Nisha? I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Nisha. I'm not sure if Anshuman is here, so I can always circle back if there's a delay in the chat and I haven't seen. But Daisy / Nisha, please go ahead, post your question just so we can keep things moving. And after Daisy, if you can be ready, Mystic Road we have next. Daisy. Cool, sure, Daisy. Go ahead and post your question, my love. And then we have Mystic Road. But if you just hang fire on your question, Mystic Road, but just know that you're after Daisy. So Daisy asks, is Zed jealous or feeling bad that his friend Jay had a crush on me? Zed had a crush on me in the past, but I rejected him because he was not serious. Okay, so let's have a look at Zed's feelings right now for you, for this situation with Jay. Well, I think this is your energy, Daisy. I'll pull another card to get a closer look on Zed, but I feel like Spirit has brought this through to say that you are in a very magnetic energy at the moment, Daisy. Okay, so the Magician is someone who draws people to them, like I say, and has a magnetic energy, and is also in somewhat of a position of power. So it's a bit like you do have control in this situation. You are holding the reins. Maybe Zed has feelings for you and Jay has feelings for you, and you've got kind of the choice is up to you, which is a great place to be. So embrace that and know that you're the one who's in control of this, Daisy, and how you want it to go, you know, is how it will play out for you. Tell me more, Spirit, about Zed's feelings. Yeah, so I think Zed feels like, with regards to you, Daisy, is they see you as this Nine of Pentacles. Again, someone who is attractive, who is also independent and, you know, has their own life very much going on and a full life. And you're someone basically who, I think how they feel is that you can take it or leave it with them. So you're not particularly fussed about them, not in a mean way, but in a good way. Again, like as if you have, it's a good position to be in, a position of power in many respects. And maybe that's how you do feel about Zed as well. You can take it, you can leave it, you know, you kind of have, you like them, but not so much that, you know, if maybe things don't progress, if like you said, you know that it's not serious, so you're not going to settle, which is good. You're your own person and you have a full life. So that's very much their feelings towards you. I think there's a lot of respect here actually, and they see you in a very good light. So it really is whatever you want to make of this, Daisy, in a way. Like you say, if Zed has continuously showed up as not serious, then you made a right decision in doing that, and you stuck to your personal power and made some right choices for you. And I feel like Zed gets that as well, that maybe you're someone with a lot of confidence and someone who wouldn't settle. So both very positive cards here. Keep us posted on how this plays out, but it sounds like you made the right decision for you there. Next up, we have Mystic Road, if you are here. I'm not sure if you are. We have Mystic Road, we have Divyansha. If either of you are here, please give me a shout. Please let me know that you're here. So we've got just who's left on the list. Go ahead and post your question, Mystic Road. Mystic Road, Divyansha, Kelsey Wells, Chelsea, and Divine Timing, last but not least. No problem, Daisy. Yeah, if you don't create drama, like the card said, it's kind of in your hands. It's kind of in your hands of what you make of this situation. I feel like what came through quite strongly there was like you hold the power, but it sounds like you're using it well. Keep us posted, Daisy, keep us posted. So Mystic, please just as usual, please do provide detail of this relationship with Doug. I know that yes, Chanley, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, just please provide some detail and context. This allows me to give you a meaningful reading. And do you want it to be more? Am I right that Doug's in a relationship or is married? I'm just never quite sure of I need to know what you want to know to make sense of this, okay? Do you want this to be romantic, Mystic? So after Mystic Road, just be ready, Divyansha, if you are still here. So what's this connection for you then with regards to Doug's next actions? Do you want this to be romantic, Mystic? Do you want this to be romantic? You're not sure. Okay, let's see what Spirit says. So because Doug's are on your mind a lot, from what readings that you've had before, Mystic, in the past, it would suggest that this is, you know, why we're looking at this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's have a look at Doug's thoughts and feelings towards you. You know, there's no judgment here. You know, I know you're saying if he's married, but there's no judgment here. So 3 of Wands. This energy is about waiting for your ships to come in. So Doug is thinking about the future. In some respects, 3 of Wands is about our future. And when we see this person who is stood on the shoreline, they're looking out onto the horizon. They have a wish. They have something in their heart that they have been harboring, a wish, a dream of some sort. So obviously I don't know the ins and outs of this connection, of this situation. But this is where they're at, their thoughts and feelings towards you, that they have... There's obviously a connection here between you and them, yeah? There we go. And Page of Cups. So this is connected to... It doesn't say that there are going to be... We're not looking at next actions, okay? That's a more in-depth reading, something that we would have to go into, like would bring up more questions. But Page of Cups does talk about romantic feelings and love feelings that, you know, despite them being married, that doesn't stop, that doesn't switch off our hearts. It doesn't mean that they're gonna act on this necessarily, but this would connect to this wish that they do have some feelings. They do think of you and the future, and maybe even daydream about the possibility of what it would be like to be with you romantically. Like I say, it doesn't mean that they're going to act on this necessarily, but this is confirmation for you, Mystic, that there are some feelings of love and romance here. They do daydream, like I say, of this future, and maybe part of them does wish and hope to be able to connect with you romantically. But it may be because they're married that that's a boundary that we hope, you know, that they would not cross unless they wanted to leave this marriage and were unhappy, etc., etc. And that's a whole other thing, yeah? But this just confirms directly to your question about how they feel, their thoughts and feelings to you. This is their thoughts, I would say. The future, the horizon, maybe daydreaming about you being together. And this is their feelings, Page of Cups, which is romantic by nature. Page as well, worth noting, is always like a period of kind of assessment when you're really looking at what you feel about someone, and can you see how this person is looking at this cup? Kind of maybe it's their feelings for you is something that they analyze in many ways and think, is this, you know, how strong are these feelings? How romantic? How much love? What's the depth of these feelings? Those kind of questions. They're checking in with themselves quite a bit, how they feel about you. So let me know if that resonated, Mystic. Give me a thumbs up. Not a thumbs up even. Just let me know if that resonated for you. Thank you, Divyansha, for your question. What is coming towards me in love? Single. And after Divyansha, we have Kelsey, my love, if you are still here. Oh, there we go, just as I say that. I never get a response from Mystic. I always read for them and then they just disappear, and I wonder if they're actually even reading, if they're even listening. Let me know if you're listening, if you've listened to your reading, Mystic. Okay, Divyansha, my love, this is for you. What is coming towards me in love? What's coming next for Divyansha? Eight of Wands, some movement, Divyansha. Fast forward. It's like pressing fast forward. In this area of your life, Wands is nice to see as well, Divyansha, because it's about fire, it's about heart's desires, it's about passions. So it may be someone that you have a spark of a connection with already, or it can be that you would cross paths with someone where you feel this spark. But it really is like particularly with this kind of motorbike here, that it's like going up a gear. It's like going into high gear after a period of maybe stillness, after a period of stagnation. Forward momentum. So ride this wave, okay, Divyansha. Take this opportunity, however it presents itself, okay? It could be a connection, or it could just be somehow like a road opens up for you in this area of maybe you find yourself dating a lot, or some suitors coming through, or you being in a space where the potential for meeting people is high. So we're meeting new people, which could come in many forms. You know, if we were just like doing like a new course, or, you know, that would just be one example. It could be that, but we're in a space where it opens up to us that we can meet a lot more people. So this is really positive, Divyansha. Embrace this and ride this wave and see where it takes you. So Kelsey asks, will I secure a job at F1? So I don't do yes, no questions, okay? Or the energy that surrounds me getting an offer from this company soon. So yeah, absolutely. I look at the energy that surrounds you and this company. FI, is it? Or F1? Doesn't really matter. You're welcome, Divyansha. You're welcome, Mystic. Thanks for letting me know that you got that. Okay. Kelsey, Kelsey, Kelsey. What's the energy surrounding Kelsey in this company? Ooh, celebration, Kelsey. The card of celebration, 3 of Cups. Very positive energy to see. This is, you know, talks about a positive connection, positive energy surrounding. But it's also about, it's interesting because it's the 3, which is about, you know, we see kind of colleagues here and teamwork. and being able to work together. So it has a very collaborative energy to it. And this is you really kind of raising a glass in celebration. So with regards to getting an offer from this company, this would certainly be very encouraging. This could be you celebrating with your friends sort of after hearing the good news, or this could be even you, and it just feels energetically about you and this company really in a way, about it being a celebration. So that is very straightforward really. Anything else, Spirit? Any final messages for Kelsey? But that couldn't be more positive. There we go, 7 of Pentacles. So this is you potentially, okay, getting the offer, hearing the good news. And then 7 of Pentacles is when this is you being strategic, Kelsey, okay? So I don't do timelines. I don't do yes, no. Don't do timelines, Kelsey. 7 of Pentacles is like to be savvy. So when we get the offer or the good news, then we need to be strategic. The 7 of Pentacles is when we assess the situation with, you know, our, to be like a head over heart kind of energy, if that makes sense. This is the time when we put our emotions aside and we get very real about it, okay? And we say, you know, is this enough money? Is this a good position? Is the contract good? Is this the right move for me in my career? Maybe that's yes, 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 but Spirit has brought through this for a reason with the 7 of Pentacles, that we need to be analytical, okay? You see how this person is sort of questioning, arms folded, body language, looking at this money, looking how far you've come, how much work and effort that you've put in to get into this stage. So yeah, let's be strategic, let's be savvy about how we approach this offer. But yeah, both very positive cards, very encouraging. You're welcome, Kelsey. So next we have Chanley. My love, if you are here, please give me a shout, post your question. So we have Chanley, and then we have Divine Timing, last but not least. And just a reminder for anyone who is coming later, I am away for a short break next week. So lives and in-depth readings will be paused, but I will be back to normal schedule on the 30th of June. So Chanley asks, may I get a message from my spirits around me? I've been getting a buzz in my ears. I remember you saying last time, a buzz in my ears, but not able to pick up messages that's been delivered. I've been feeling empty inside. Interesting. I'm sorry that you've been feeling empty inside. Oof, that's come out. Hermit. Spirit, can you tell us what this buzz is about for Chanley? The buzz in the ears that Chanley feels like is a message that's trying to be delivered. Are we having any conflict with people, Chanley? This can be external, or it can just be internal conflict, drama. 5 of Swords talks about, it can talk about, I do feel like it's about some kind of hurt and pain, that some harsh words maybe that have been shared, could even be, you know, in the past, and it's still lingering. Because the You say maybe, so not directly, like you haven't had arguments with loved ones, with colleagues, or harsh words, words that have stung. I'll keep going if not, because the Hermit card is, you know, you might be feeling quite introverted at the moment, wanting to isolate yourself, maybe just going through a hermit period. I mean, there's lots to be gained from a hermit period if it feels necessary, okay? As long as we're not isolating ourselves for too long, it's very good to have periods of time alone to reflect, to tune out other people's voices, yeah, who may disagree with our choices and our opinions in some ways, and maybe can be a bit forceful with their opinions. If I'm just looking at these two cards, you know, someone is walking away, and I think that's potentially you. Maybe you have walked away already. Maybe you are in the process of walking away. And you say you're in hermit mode right now. So in that respect, I would say that what's coming through is that you need more time in hermit mode to pick up these messages that you feel like are coming through, that are delivered, but you're not quite finely tuned to that radio station, so to speak, yet. We just need more time alone. We need more peace. We need more silence. We need more distance from these people who I think were messing with your energy. So I know that you said that you have cut people out in the past, quite recently, who were draining your energy, Chanley. So I think it relates to that. But you know, it's only natural when we do that we kind of go through a hermit mode and adjust to, for a period, being alone. So there's more insight to be gained, Chanley, from being in this hermit mode. So embrace it, lean into it, and just give yourself more time. I feel like you haven't fully gained the insight, the hermit insight that you need. Because you made some big shifts, yeah? You let go of all that drains you. So you did cut ties. You made those harsh decisions. Five of Swords. Swords is about cutting ties. So we're in the after effects. So we did that. We freed ourselves, cut people out who were draining us. Then it's natural that we then go into hermit mode. It can bring some feelings of sadness, which is okay. Some emptiness inside, some sadness. That's only natural to heal. It's like a bereavement of sorts. And then you're in the process of gaining this insight. Let's just pull one more on this insight. You know, once we're kind of on the other side of it. Spirit might not tell us, but let's see. Oh, look at this. Journal it. Yeah, that's a great idea, Chanley. And then you emerge. Look, two major arcanas here, Chanley. You emerge as the magician after the hermit mode. So what wonderful insight there will be to gain from this. So this hermit period is very important and very valid. So don't rush it. Because the magician is, you will emerge, I think, with stronger manifestation powers, more tapped in, tuned in to your personal power of what you, with a belief, a self-belief that you can bring in what you are wanting. Just like how you posted earlier today, Chanley, you shared your manifestation there, and that this, through this whole process, is fine-tuning you being a channel for being, like, you know, manifestation, being able to ask for what you want and receive it. And that time, you know, getting smaller and smaller in the sense that you can ask and then receive, ask and then receive, because you're such a powerful manifester. So yeah, don't try to rush the process. Understand what you've done, Channy, is a big thing, to cut those people loose. And this is what's to come. So we're in the Hermit, then we go to the Magician. Both very valid, both very powerful. I'm glad that brought you some clarity. So divine timing, my love. If you're still here, please go ahead and post your question. If you've had the patience to hang on till now. Last but not least, divine timing. But there we go, ready and waiting with her question. Thank you so much. So divine asking, thoughts and memories about my ex have been coming up a lot lately, triggering some past trauma. That's hard. What messages does Spirit have for me in this situation? You too, Chanley. Right, divine timing, let's get into this. Thoughts and memories about your ex have been coming up a lot, triggering past trauma. What messages does Spirit have for me in this situation? Oh, there we go. Knight of Pentacles. Is this ex totally out of the picture, divine timing? Like no contact? Are you in a new connection? I believe that you are, I think, from talking to you previously. Tell me more about this Knight of Pentacles, Spirit. Such positive cards. Like, let me get this picture here. Who is this Knight of Pentacles? Knight of Pentacles is, so I'll just start, you know, say what I see with this. Knight of Pentacles is, he's in prison and I have no contact, I'm single. Do you have mixed feelings, divine timing, about this ex? Like there's still some kind of emotional pull there, even though you know it's wrong. I know you said that it is triggering you from past trauma though. Doesn't mean as well, of course, that we can't have feelings of even love still, but correct me if I'm wrong for that, you know? We have a Knight of Pentacles, which I feel like is a newer energy coming through. So this isn't connected to your ex. This feels like someone else who you may resonate with, you may recognize them. They're already in your energy field, or it could be someone completely new. But I feel like this is a person. And this Knight of Pentacles is someone who, Pentacles is very steady energy, okay? It's someone who is someone who you can actually rely on, and they do move slowly, but the moves that they do make are consistent and are genuine and are real. You do have kids together, okay, but you did love him, but you don't want anything to do with him, sure thing, and we have kids together. So I do feel like this is someone new who is coming through, which is on the horizon. And I wonder if that's quite interesting about the timing of thoughts and memories about, you know, sometimes our exes even have like a sixth sense about if, you know, we're in a connection, for example, and they find any way they can sometimes to get in our head. So, you know, there's a strong past here, there's a strong history. And probably your ex wouldn't want you to, would not like the idea of you moving on, you know. And it's almost like I feel like this is why Spirit's brought this through, to say that these sort of, it's preemptive, yeah, of someone coming through down the line with a potential love connection, which is this Knight of Pentacles. Because then we lead on to this Six of Pentacles, which is like, again, a balanced connection with reciprocity. Okay, so what we give to this person, we get back. So it doesn't have to be, so they're not already here. So this is near future energy, further down the line than divine timing for you if they're not already there. They could be an earth sign, or that this is just their energetic signature. Yeah. And what they bring through, like I say, because they are coming through heavy with Pentacles energy, is stability, is reciprocity, like saying what you, there's some balance here with give and take between you. And then because we have this Three of Cups, which is another celebration card about connection with people. It's a very light-hearted energy, this card. So even though it's kind of heavy energies with what you're dealing with now, divine timing, I feel like the significance of it, of maybe why memories of your ex and stuff have come through, is because on the horizon there is a new opportunity. Obviously free will, if you are ready to move forward with a new connection or not. See how you feel when this person comes through. But that, to me, with all these cards here, looks to be saying what is on the cards. And it does look to be a real and genuine offer. So maybe it is worth giving it the time, giving it the energy to give this, you know, person a chance. And Spirit works in weird ways like that, you know, about you thinking of the past. You know, it's all connected, isn't it? Like our past relationships and those past energies and thoughts. We do bring them with us, you know, like a thread, don't we, into our relationships in a way. It's just like only natural, only human. It's like lived, learned experience, yeah. But this looks like something good is on the horizon coming through, divine timing. I'm glad that connects with you. Say, I love that. I'm glad that but yeah, it looks positive. It looks good. So watch out for this Knight of Pentacles. They have a real offer for you. I didn't think Spirit was going to come through and say that. So I like to be pleasantly surprised, divine timing. So I hope that did connect. I hope that did resonate and bring you some clarity with what you're experiencing. But love and light to divine timing, to everyone else who came into the chat and was here today and brought your energy. Divine timing says, I'm wanting to forgive him, but a lot of parts of me haven't. Yeah. Well, give yourself that same grace and self-time, that time, you know. I can totally relate to that. Wanting to forgive someone, but parts of you can, parts of you can't. Maybe some parts of you never will, and that's okay. Keep us posted, divine timing. Keep us posting. I do in-depth readings, which I'll be back on, like I say, the not next week, but the week after, where I do more in-depth readings, which you might enjoy, divine timing. We can dig into whatever question that you want. So check out my community post so you get the details of what that's all about, and watch out for it. Like I say, not next week, but the week after. But love and light to everyone. I will catch up with you on the 30th of June. But take care, and all the best to everyone. Love and light. Love.